For watching this video, brothers and sisters. I'm just exploring the all options. Like Hi friends, this one I am recording this week. I mean overall, all the points I'll go one by one. Whatever I'm missing, that's one. And today, this week, I would like to give a few updates about India. One of the entrepreneur committed suicide, and many Indians, this especially on LinkedIn, they start crying, tax terror, something like that. So that businessman failed in personal life and committed suicide. Anyway, those who died, rip, right, rest in peace. So for example, for Americans and everyone to understand, let me quote an example. You have $10,000 in debit or property, but you have credit of $1,000. Do you commit suicide or do you clear off from your debt? Right? You have $10,000 property or cash, and credit is only $1,000. What do? So you don't commit suicide and blame IRS, right? That is what happening in India, and then they are blaming tax department. That is one. Second is these IT jokers who are writing on LinkedIn. Agriculture farmers are also entrepreneurs, right? Your hater started a channel, he has more subscribers. My videos are not for subscribers. I mean to say more subscribers, more views. My videos are for truth. Those who seek truth, they subscribe or they like or they watch, they share, man. So truth is for everyone, right? And it costs life, and you can buy but you cannot sell truth. So today the news is today is Sunday, August 4th. The news is Dayton, Ohio, and Texas. I think people mass shootings and Walmart or wherever. So 251 mass shootings in the year US, 216 days. That means the more shootings are there rather than more than the calendar days. And also I kept a video shooting condemning the gun culture in US. And another point, Indians with two daughters or only daughters, they don't attend the parties or they don't mingle, is what, though all are from the village. That's what one of the subscriber wrote few points, and they don't invite, they don't come. And some of the forceful parties are there, like where for kids sake we have to go, right? But some wrote they spoil the health in the name of parties. That is one. And coming to the India topics, there are a couple of things I would like to share, and people shared their opinions and views in whatever the communication channel, either Facebook page or WhatsApp or Google voice message or email. So they requested me not to share, but I'm sharing it as my views, or some of it I like it and I would like to share, right? That is the India one entrepreneur committed suicide, rip, rest in peace, right? Whoever died. So he committed suicide because he failed in personal life, whatever. But on LinkedIn, most of the Indian IT jokers wrote like tax terror or something. They're blaming. See, if IRS or income tax department ask you to pay tax, if you do you commit suicide? It is not an harassment, right? So business people in India and here Indian businessmen in USA avoid taxes basically, and then when they were asked to pay taxes, they will blame the tax department. Example to quote in general, for example, you have $10,000 debit, that is you have a $10,000 liquid cash or property, but your credit is $1,000 or make it $5,000. So do you sell some property and clear off the credit, or do you commit suicide? So that guy did that. And agriculture farmers in India, many they die, commit suicide, but it was not recorded by government because it is a government failure, right? So many agriculture farmers die, but our stupid educated donkeys in India or Indians, educated donkeys. I'm not criticizing all. making these generalizations. They don't care or worry about it. So when comes to that case, the properties of Siddharth, he and his co had. Generally, I don't like to read. I want to speak from bottom of my heart, but still, uh, I'm speaking. Siddharth, he and his co had more assets than loans and could have cleared, as he wrote in letter. So Siddharth is a coffee day CEO. He committed, and first of all, coffee is expensive. Those who are rich or those who have black money will go. And according to me, in India, 1.4 or 1.5 billion population, the rich is only 5 to 15%. Rest of them are poor. For the sweetness and convenience, we use the word called middle class. First, most sufferer are poor and try to come over onto the rich or middle or some set of standard of living. They call it themselves as middle class to depart from the poor. But according to me, rich and poor only. Economics says rich, poor, and middle. But so all these bloody fools who are say government arrest him, he commits suicide. But then government harassing agriculture farmers die every hour, right, in India. Then what are you doing? Why are you not condemning it? This is the problem with Indian attitude. When rich man die, they cry, but when the poor man die, they don't care. So properties of worth 12,000 crores of coffee plantations, 59 acres technology park in Bangalore, 3,000 acres of banana plantation, way to wealth investment firm, and also Defaco furniture, 600,000 square foot company underway, 1.5 million hectares of Amazonian forest land on a 30-year lease from Republican Guyana in South America, and 8,000 to 10,000 crore worth coffee day chain, and finally a watery grave. With all this, why did he give up? So this is what people need to ask or read. Really sad, because he was entrepreneur par excellence who conceived and brought cave coffee day chain and was ventured capitalist, helping to set up many successful companies and had almost 40,000 employees. Then people are saying he is having many employees. Government should encourage. Government will encourage, but when you avoid tax, you cannot blame tax department. Then why this stupidity? The stupidity in one way, because the subscriber thinks he lost courage and must have thought to it is humiliating to be seen as a selling his property to clear the loan. A scrupulous person suffers from his personal commitment and image. Also, he incurred a lot of personal debt in last 2 years due to liquidity crunch in the markets. Short-term debts are to be repaid in 1 year or less. Though assets were there, immovable property like land and are not liquid to be sold immediately, and in turn must have been pledged to banks. Earlier, business used to roll debt, that is, take from one to pay another debt. But all that stopped. Banks stopped loans practically, and amid and non-banking financial cost, even with the highest interest rate, also not able to give loans. And most of them securities or shares, and share market is also down. So many are sunk and many more will sink. Quite economics lecture, sorry. So the thing is, they failed, boss. False prestige, whatever. And immediately after this news broke, Vijay Malia from London, he was giving a statement. Government of India is harassing, that's why I flee the country, like that. See, business, there is a crime behind every business. That is what my all investigations, right, in especially H1B Indians, they do crime, they want to be successful, suddenly they avoid all these things and then they blame government. That is not good. And a lot of Telugu channels also blaming IT department. This is the truth. So I take my personal time out and Sunday I'm reading it. And when it comes to Sachem Ramalingaraju, Sachem is an IT company. His son spoiled his business, invested money in Maitas, Sachem reverse name. You write it as Sachem in reverse order. It's called Maitas and real estate business. I visited there, and also I met Sachem's vice president, one of the HR vice president. I met him and I asked him what is the problem in hiring BA candidates. So then they told in the future they will liberalize BCom but not BA. So I know I have seen Ramling Rajgaru, but I didn't talk. But when I worked with several VLSI CEOs also in India, I'm talking about 1995 to 2008. So I know how the CEOs work and work culture and personal life. But he got a massive heart attack and was jailed. Later he was released. So you don't need to commit suicide, right? When you are financially lost. But life is important, man. Anything is. One subscriber wrote, "Money is larger than life," but life is very important and precious, right? So sometimes I feel poor people live better than the rich and middle class. They are happy what they get for that day, right? That's what. And on LinkedIn, one of the one of the subscribers sent, Kumar, why do they call it as a income tax terror? Ask these LinkedIn jokers. And so Sacham Ramlingraju is well established. Mahindra is now taken over. Tech Mahindra is not doing that great, but like TCS have a Kerala training centers at Kerala, something like that. Sacham has a very big, massive building training centers in Hyderabad. That all that was collapsed, and then running stupid engineering colleges there in place of training employees, right? So this is another story, and my sympathies with another subscriber sympathies with Ramling Raju. He was visionary and created institutions. He was robbed in the name of general good and his real estate building, and he and his offices are worth much more than Tech Mahindra itself at the time. In fact, his training centers. Um, Sorry, I get another message. I get a lot of messages. Worth much more than Tech Mahindra itself. In fact, its training centers for such engineering colleges like TCS one has in Kerala and Infosys at Mysore was shamelessly converted as Mahindra's engineering private colleges. This is I'm really against it. And one subscriber 1990s 1970s IIT Kharagpur, they came to US and then they work for Bell Labs and various scientist maybe. They tell Kumar, you are successful man, you are educating people, you have humanity and all. But for me, I feel, for example, if you want me to define, I feel they are successful. They studied in IIT, they have that creamy layer of the part of the India, and they settled well. They came to US, married, two kids were settled. I feel that is success, but they feel I'm the successful man, right? But still I'm struggling, suffering in exposing crime in H1B. So I don't know. If you ask me honestly, what is success? Success is a bullshit tissue paper, man. What is success and failure? One lady also, I forgot her name. She used to write on my crying on my videos. Kumar is a failure, unsuccessful. You fuck. What is success? It's every man's or woman life is a journey. Every day is a character building day. That's what the word I learned from after watching the highly motivational American videos. So that's one. And another subscriber wrote, I was impression life is already programmed and we are just executing it. But the IIT's 1970s IIT gentleman told Kumar, after watching your videos, and he doesn't speak Telugu, and some of them they watch while daily my videos. Why are you not uploading? We got addicted, something like that. So I got addicted to Sai, one journalist videos from AP. He plays videos about because I stopped watching all Telugu channels because all Telugu channels are paid and cash based. And I used to read Hindu. I'm still reading Hindi newspaper daily from 7th grade to till now, and then watching NDTVs. I stopped in between, and some subscribers they call me Bhagat Singh or whatever. Thank you, brother. Hats off for all your positive comments. And then they told Kumar, after watching your videos, we feel like life is. We have to tell our next generation kids that life is what not you planned. Life is what you have not planned. That is, you have to prepare for unplanned. So that's what they told. And another WhatsApp circulation or message is, dear friends, let Siddhartha suicide be a lesson and caution for all of us on career stress. Do business, get promotions in job, everything is okay. Even if you don't succeed, it's okay. But let's not sacrifice precious life for the sake of human ego called success. Yeah, that's why I said success is a tissue paper for me. And my haters, one guy wrote unsubscribe my brother, and he wrote my haters videos to watch. Both of you write your comments on tissue paper and paste it on the wall, idiots. So human ego, success is always not a business and money. It is achieving peace of mind which comes free from within. Yeah, that's what. And we don't know what kind of fucking issues between the couple, right? And they suddenly commit suicide, and the whole India is crying about tax terror or for him. That's not. See, every human being you have to treat equal, man. That day, I want to tell you one more thing. Indians' attitude. That's why I named this as this week. Indians' attitude. Say we are all here for dollars, man. Anybody fucking idiot is saying America is not for dollars, slap that fellow. Slap means not physical. So Indians' attitude is like it's we don't treat human beings equal. We have three major religions, right? Hinduism, Muslim, and Christianity. Within Hinduism, upper lower caste, reservations, anti-reservations, they struggle, they hate each other, and they cry. So the attitude of Indians is, I give, you take, or you give, I take. It is like upper lower, but not equal. All are equal is not the concept, is not there in Indian mindset. It is not just Hinduism. So that is the core problem. Otherwise, if Indians start treating all Indians are equal, all human beings are equal, then nobody can beat country in India or a country like India. But unfortunately, that is our attitude. And the next second point, coming to the Kashmir issue, since I did my graduation in politics, economics, excuse me, English literature, so I have give me a second. So I know about Indian history, politics, and all. But what I would like to say is, most of them know. But Kashmir was not part of India once upon a time. There was the king hand over the Kashmir to India and some part of it to Pakistan, if I'm correct. Then the former Prime Minister of India, Nehru, made a Muslim leader as a leader there. And that king, when hand over it to India, he put a condition: only three things needs to be taken care by central government, that is Delhi, and rest of it by local. So that is okay. But once you hand over, it is none of your business, right? India can change whatever the way they want. So Jammu, I visited Amarnath Yatra in 2000 year. So there we when I returned, when I stopped at Delhi railway station, I read in newspaper there was a massacre happened, or they found RDX on the way journey and the pilgrims. Then I called immediately home and said I'm fine, because those days we don't have phone, right? You have to call from the steady booths, phone, public phone. So that was the news. And in Amarnath Yatra, we told why don't you give us guns? We will go and cross the border to Pakistan and will kill terrorists. That kind of what you call energetic and love for India for me. So I talked to Indian Army there. They told we have 80% of Indian armies at the Kashmir, and we have a capacity to march up to Afghanistan. That means we can hit two countries, but we don't have decisions. That's what. And when comes to Kashmir, see, a couple of videos I made kept against mob lynching and attacking minorities, Muslims, Christians, and I also against any religion caste killings, man. So but in this case, I support Modi. I mean, you have to support the government, you have to support your country, and national security is first, national integration is first. All these stupid Indian channels, I'm against generalization, but I have to use that word all. So you cannot telecast what's happening at the border, man. What the fuck? What is this news channel? They tell army killed these many terrorists, or they are coming like this. So the same news will be watched by terrorists also. You cannot telecast, you cannot reveal all details, right? National security is important. You cannot debate national security in national channels and international channels. Did America ask anybody to permission while go and hit Obama, Osama bin Laden, right? Sorry, Osama bin Laden, right? They went to Pakistan and then they hit. After that, they told the same thing India has to do. Why do you need to take somebody's permission when it comes to national security? And Kashmir is integral part of India, and now they may probably, the news is like they may divide into three states like Kashmir, Jammu, and Ladakh. Ladakh mostly Buddhists are there, Jammu Hindus are there, and Kashmir Muslims are there. But some of the Muslims are trained by Pakistan and ISA, and they felt stones on the Indian army. Is it possible in America? Can anyone do that? So American army, whenever you see people stand up and clap and they respect, that is not there in Kashmir. So something is wrong. Then definitely constitution, whatever the 370 article 35a, whatever you call, it needs to be scrapped or modified. Whatever needs to be done, it has to be done. Yeah, that's it. When BJP got 350 seats out of 500, when they cannot do now, then it cannot be done forever. And I'm against BJP and Hindus killing Muslims in several aspects. But in this, I support the Modi government. Second point is in Jammu, most of the Hindus, 10,000 Hindus were killed by Muslims. Nobody condemned it, or some people might have condemned it, like Osama OIC. I like him because he is representing, and he did not give any hate speech. His brother might. So, so that is what I would like to communicate. And then so same time Gujarat 2002, when Modi was a chief minister, 10,000 Muslims were killed. And here when I talk to Hindus in U.S.C, they support it. They say Hindus, what the fuck, you came to America, we call it as a Christian country, and you are a Hindu, and you support Hindus killing Muslims, Hindus killing Christians in India. How do you see? Is it not double face? Is it not hypocrisy? That's why I'm speaking truth. And people have, my haters started channels, and then they say Kumar is wrong. When I'm saying crime is wrong, they are saying Kumar is wrong. So let us not get into those stupid details. So that is what Hindus have, no respect for democracy, no respect for gratitude for America also. And in democracy, how do you recognize the people by majority, minority? So that is not good. So that's what I want to say. Many NRI Hindus here, they want India to be a Hindu country, but they live in Islamic and Christian countries, right? All these Christian and Islamic countries ask Hindus to get out. Where do they go? Already 1.4, 1.5 billion population, scarcity for food and everything. So you got to be little realistic and have humanity. That's what I would like to communicate in this video. And when comes to this one, Muslims killed and then Christians also killed in various states. So caste guys also people kill. Like for example, Chaudhry's killed Dalits in Andhra Pradesh during NTR's time. So Karamchadu incident, right? So these things you should not accept, man. Law has to take its own course. It should not be a generic statement by politicians. That's one. And when it comes to Kashmir, India first, man. National integration. And all news channels, Indian bloody channels, should not telecast live what's happening at the border. Let the government take the call, right? And because nobody, all 29 street people can visit Kashmir, but they cannot buy a land there. But Kashmiris, people from Kashmir can go to anywhere and buy land. What is this? You have to set this problem on August 15, 1947, right? Anyway, advanced Independence Day to all the fellow brothers and Indian sisters. That is one. And second, in Jammu, Hindus have no right to vote for assembly. What is this? Yesterday, one Kashmiri Pandits were speaking. I saw that video. So Hindus should have a vote, right? A right to vote. It's not Hindu. It should have. That's why they trying to eliminate all Hindus in Jammu and Kashmir, so that it will become a Muslim country. Is their hidden agenda. That is not acceptable. So that is one. And the same time, if a Muslim woman from Kashmir marry a man outside Kashmir, she lose her citizenship. But if a Muslim man from Kashmir marry a Hindu woman or any woman outside, he doesn't lose the citizenship. What is this? These things needs to be fixed by government. When government is fixing, anybody is crying, they are anti-India, man. No matter what, whether it is Congress party or media, or you have to support your country. Otherwise, your country will break, and you have to support your army no matter what. So that these are my views. Very openly, I'm sharing, and there are a couple of H1B topics also. People wrote emails, people were harassing, and I read Cap Gemini, one girl sue the company, and because 10 years they harass Indian companies, Indians they harass wherever they go. They do not pay salaries. And my tips for those, yeah, IT department never harassed Siddhartha, only did it in the job. So that's what I got a PDF from the income tax department, India released a press note, right? So that also there. So what I'm saying is Siddhartha claiming is false. IT department did not harass. So that's what I want to educate in this video. And department already issued press release the same date, same time of India carried full page article yesterday. People criticizing department is inevitably after he named earlier DJT investigating for pressure. It's a natural that everyone feels bad that an entrepreneur had committed suicide. Things are not black and white in real life. So that is what I want to tell, and that's one. And give me a minute. So I think I spoke a lot of points because one of my followers requested to continue this week episode or whatever. That is one. And regarding Jammu and Kashmir, only in WhatsApp people are circulating about Ladakh is a union territory, but nothing confirmed, announced, or maybe today or later. So all these are going through in WhatsApp, only circulating about news. Government of India make Jammu separate state, Kashmir, Ladakh as a union territories. Means we cannot have any political party and will be controlled by Delhi-based governor forever. Orders will be issued in the next week. Curfew will be imposed in. So there is no panic, but there is a speculation. And Amarnath Yatra I went right 2000 year. So that was my experience. I carried a lot of stuff, but I put it at the base camp, and then I start trekking, and then it was cold, sometime hot, sometime, and then luckily one Bihar army cadre person taught me tips for trekking, and 25 kilometers I trek in 2 days, one way. So I completed Amarnath Yatra in 2 days, and I was worried. I met people from Delhi and who visit Amarnath every year. I stayed with them, and they were sharing their thoughts, but they didn't. They were shocked in the return journey. While they are going, I come across in a return journey. So they were shocked. Oh, Kumar, we didn't expect that you don't have experience in trekking, but you completed in 2 days. Right, one day I walked 25 kilometers and stopped near the temple, and the next day darshan, and then start trekking and came down to the punch. Forgot the names. I stopped there. That means almost 2.5 to 3 days I completed the complete Amarnath trekking yatra. And see, people believe me, in Hindus they call Shiva, or local Muslims they support Amarnath pilgrims. That is the only income for tourism. And I sat on the top of the Pakistani type of vehicle going to Pahalgam to some other place, Chandanwadi. I forgot the names now. So that is what I would like to communicate. And there are a couple of things. Just now I uploaded my BA friend from India sent happy friendship day wishes. I wish you all happy friendship day. And the couple of messages I received, that is Wipro is harassing, and Americans displacing, Americans not getting jobs. In case if you don't get paid, inform to your client, but make sure you don't lose your job, and ask the prime vendor and client, check dates and times and invoice numbers, then check with your employer. So generally every client location Indians are not getting paid, H1Bs especially. It's a pure violation. So that is what I'm trying to expose it, but still people are hating me. I can't help it. So I'm recording with iPhone phone, and here is my phone. Yeah, thanks for watching this video, brothers and sisters. I'm just exploring the all options. Give me a second. Yeah, this is what I'm trying to record it. And thank you once again for watching 30 minutes video. Yes, I hope I covered most of the topics this week, because it's not easy for me to make videos every day, and I haven't have my YouTube studio yet. Thank you. Email me any questions.